Hello everybody, Elias5891 back with another KTANE module tutorial. This time we are covering the Affine Cycle, or Affine Cycle module. It's another cycle module, like Caesar Cycle was. You'll notice it's designed very similarly. You got a keyboard, you got 8 letter keys using the same ugly font. It's not an ugly font. It's a somewhat difficult to read font for me. You've got knobs pointed in directions. Down here in the corner you have a times b plus c equals e, which will make sense as we go through the calculations. And as far as the diffuser goes, this is just like the previous one. Read out the letters, read out the number of 45-degree tilts, for number of 45-degree rotations from north in a clockwise direction, and then let your expert go to town. So the diffuser, what do we got? We got Romeo, Echo, Hotel, Echo, Tango, Uniform, X-Ray, Oscar. And my turn counts are 0, 0, 2, 2, 0, 5, 3, 1. Alright, as the expert, what do I do with this? Well, if we glance down here, dials for each, the number n for each dial, number of rotations. Okay, the alphabetic position of each letter is multiplied by 2n plus 1. Well, we need to know what 2n plus 1 is. That's kind of what this a times b plus c, 2 times n plus 1. That's kind of what that's hinting at. So we're going to take these number of turns, we're going to double them, then we're going to add 1. 0 doubled plus 1 is 1, 0 doubled plus 1 is 1, 2 doubled plus 1 is 5, 2 doubled plus 1 is 5, 1, 11, 7, and 3. Now notice, because we're doubling a number, that's going to make it even, plus 1 is going to make it odd, so we should always get odd numbers at this step. We can actually get rid of n now. Boop. So that's the number we need. So, this is kind of how we're encoding, going the other direction. We're going to take the alphabetic position of the letter, we're going to multiply it by this number of turns, and then we're going to subtract 26 repeatedly till it falls within 1 to 26, so that it can be moved back to a letter. So, we take letters, we multiply them, we divide, and then we basically modulo 26 till we get back in the alphanumeric range. So let's say my word instead of let's say this has been my starting word. We're going to kind of do this backwards. And this was my set of offsets. If I was encoding this, what would it look like? Well, we'd take O, which is 15, times 1 is 15. Hey, that's already in the range of 1 to 26, and stays at O. Likewise, U, 21 times 1 is 21, is going to stay at U. T is 20, times 5 is 100. 100 is definitely too big. 100 times 100 is above 26. We're going to have to subtract 26 a few times. So we do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. We keep doing that. We should get 22, if my math is right. And 22 happens to be V. D, 4 times 5 is 20. 20 is already a T. A is 1 times 1 is 1, which is an A. T is 20 times 11 is 220. So we're going to have to subtract 26 on that one quite a few times. That should give us 12, which is an L. And so on down the line. You're just going to do this. 5 times 7 is 35. Minus 26 gives me 9. And then 4 times 3 is 12. 12 is an L. So that would be how I would encode outdated, and I'd get OUVTALIL. Now, that's some math. That's some not necessarily easy math. Sometimes you get some ugly calculations in there. So, to help us out with this, let's bring in Mr. Calculator. We'll use him moving forward, so you don't have to do those calculations yourself. I know some people don't enjoy them. But this is how I encode. How do I decode? Well, I kind of do the same process backwards. Let's say I was decoding. Obviously, these first two would be trivial. Let's say I'm decoding this V. V was 22. I know I multiplied something by 5 to get here. Obviously, it didn't just multiply by 5 and give me 22. That wouldn't work. So let's add 26. Could I have multiplied by 5 and gotten 48? Well, no. I'm looking for something that's a multiple of 5. So that doesn't work. That doesn't work. That, however, is a multiple of 5. And if I divide by 5, that means I started with a 20. That means I started with a t. So that's going to be how we decode, which is our first step. So let's get rid of this outdated example. Let's decode this one. Now, the nice thing is, we can really kind of just jump straight toward the answer on this one. Actually, we can jump directly to the answer for this one. Because remember, if we're encoding by 1, we're going to take our number, we're going to multiply by 1, and we're going to look for a multiple of 18, and divide by, or a multiple of 1, rather, because that's what we multiplied by. It's something you should have seen earlier. If you're encoding with a 1, you're just going to end up with the same value. 5, I need a multiple of 1. Hey, 5 is a multiple of 1. Divided by 1, it's 5. Any letter offset by a multiplier of 1 is the same thing. So we know the R, the E, and then the later the T are going to be in the right spot. Those are what those letters are going to convert back to. And looking at this, it's roughly alphabetical. All the first letters are combined together. So if my thing's starting with R, and then E, and then a T in the 5th position, that only gives me one answer, relative. But let's actually go through some of the other letters just to confirm this time. Normally, if you're doing this particular module, you'll grab a couple of them that are easy to do, and then call it a day. But let's go through the process here just so we see it. H. H is 8. 8 is not a multiple of 5, so we're going to add 26. That's still not a multiple of 5. That is a multiple of 5, and if we divide by 5, we get 12, sorry. 12 is L. E, that's 5. Looking for a multiple of 5. Hey, there we are. We divide by 5, 1. 1 is A. U is 21. Looking for a multiple of 11. That's not a multiple of 11, so we add 26. That's not. That's not. That is. Divide by 11, we get 9. 9th letter is I. And this is how we're going to be doing these. X is 24. Looking for a multiple of 7. So no, no, no. If you're not sure, let's double check. Let's say maybe I don't know if that is or not. Let's divide by 7. That's a decimal. That's not right. Plus 26. Nope. Plus 26. Hey, there's one. So we divided by 7, we got 22, so we want letter 22. Letter 22 is a V. Last up, O. Looking for a multiple of 3. We're starting on 1. Gives us a 5. 5 is E. So, this weird combination decodes to give us relative. So, we look up relative, we find its corresponding word, the word we're going to send back. That's findings. And now we're going to encode, so work the other direction, with findings. So, working the other direction, we're going to take the position, multiply it by the offset, and then just subtract 26 till we get back in range. F is 6 times 1 is 6, which is within range. That's going to give us an F. Remember, those zeros just encode to themselves. N, 14. Oops. N is 14 times 5. Too big. So let's knock off some 26s. There we go. R. D is 4 times 5 is 20. 20 is within range. That's a T. N, 14 times 11. That's way too big. So we'll subtract some 26s. 24. That's an X. G is 7 times 7. 49. Too big. Subtract 26's. We get 23. That's a W. And last up, S. Whoops. S is 19 times the 3. Too big, so we subtract 26. We get an E, and then that is our answer that we're going to give to our diffuser. Foxtrot, India, Romeo, Tango, India, X-ray, Whiskey, Echo. If it is correct, turns green, spells out well done. We're finished with that module. This one's a lengthier one than Caesar by far. Slightly harder math, but it's not too bad. So let's do one more together. In this case, my letters, and keep in mind, because some of these look a little weird when they're tilted, that the pointy part of the knob, the part that was originally at north, that we're counting how many degrees north, or how many clicks from north it is always the top of the letter. So in this case we have Z, Charlie, Alpha, Z, Golf, Charlie, Papa, Uniform. My number of turns are 4, 7, 7, 5, 7, 1, 1, 1. Those are my offsets, but I don't need offset. I need 2n plus 1. So we're going to double add 1. 9, 15, 15, 11, 15, 3, 3, 3. Ew. These are not going to be the easiest letters to convert. Well, let's start at the beginning. We have 26. We need a multiple of 9. 26 is not a multiple of 9, so we're going to add 26's till we get to a multiple of 9. No. 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 Yes. The trick to 9s is the sum of the digits has to add up to 9. So we divide by 9, we get 26, and Z converts back to a Z. There's a little trick there that I'm not going to say yet, but yeah. Second letter. You know what? Let's make things easier on ourselves. We could do the second letter. Well, it's a C. Or maybe we do the last couple letters. Then we only have to worry about things that are divisible by 3 instead of 15 and 11. So, yeah, let's do the back letters. So long as we get enough letters to distinguish between these 4 possibilities. And actually, look, they all have unique last letters. Delta, Uniform, Golf, Echo. So let's just do the last letter. 21, Uniform, looking for a multiple of 3. Hey, that's a multiple of 3. Gives me a 7. 7th letter is a G. And looky there. That gives me a single answer, just off those 2 letters. Perfect. My original word was zugzwang. Hey look, that Z there also converted into a Z. Interesting. I wonder if that's a pattern. Always happens. And that's really the trick to this one, to make it not take forever, is the first letter is key, because they're all alphabetized and you don't want to go searching. Once you have that first letter, you can usually find just 1 or 2 other letters to get, that once you look those up, you're done. You've got a distinct, unique answer. So, let's finish this one up. Zugzwang becomes computer. We will put these conversions down here. And remember, it's position times this, and subtract to get within alphanumeric range. C is 3. Calculator. There you are. 3 times 9 is 27. Too big, but 1 works. That's an alpha. O is 15 times 15. Way too big. So we'll subtract 26. 17 is Q. M is 13 times 15. Subtract 26. Hey, that's a 13. That's an M. Maybe M's do something funny too when they're multiplied by an odd number. P is 16 times 11. Subtracts 26. We get 20. 20 is T. Uniform is 21. times 15. That's a huge number. And simplifies all the way down to a C. That's kind of why I didn't want to do this C right here, because it would have been this exact process in reverse. T is 20 times 3, too big, subtract. Hey, we get an 8. 8 is H. Next. E is 5 times, nope, E is 5 times 3 is 15. 15 is already a valid number. And R is 18 multiplied by 3, too big. Bravo, there's our answer. Alpha, Quebec, Mike, Tango, Charlie, Hotel, Oscar, Bravo. Well done. Alright, we got one more here. Let's go ahead and blank the screen, give you a chance to work on these on your own. Then I'll kind of go through it quickly. The letters for this one are Foxtrot, Uniform, Tango, Juliet, Sierra, November, India, Yankee. That's FUTJSNIY. Offsets are 0, 5, 3, 4, 2, 0, 2, 7. Take a moment, pause the video, look at this one, see if you can figure it out. Can or can't. You know, pause, unpause. Let's continue. Alright, plenty of time to have paused and worked it out if you wanted to. So here's what we started with. FUTJSNIY 053 42027. We need to double and add 1. So 1, 11, 7, 9, 5, 1, 5, 15. The ones are the super easy ones, so let's get those immediately. F, and then N in third from last position. Hey, my word is fortunes. I didn't have to do any decoding there. Now, having said, I'd probably do 1 just to be safe. Let's do J. J is 10. 10 is not divisible by 9, so we add 26 till we get something that is divisible by 9. That is, I don't know what my 4... Wait, where am I at? Oh, whoops. Look, there's another one that had an N in the third to last position. It's a good thing I double-checked a letter, isn't it? Let's check one more then, just to make sure I haven't missed something else. Let's do this S in between them. S is 19. 19 is not a multiple of 5. 45 is a multiple of 5. Gives me 9. Ninth letter is I. Yeah, findings is going to be my word. So that's why it's important to make sure if you do kind of try to shortcut it and get letters individually, make sure you find unique ones. Make sure you have successfully eliminated all other possibilities, which is why I suggest getting the first letter regardless, so you don't have to look at that whole table. Instead, you only have to look at 4 words. So we have findings. Findings is going to convert to the word rotation. A-T-I-O-N. Here's my conversion. R and I are going to stay the same, obviously. O is 15. 15 times 11 is 165. Subtract 26. We get 9, which is I. T is 20 times 7. Subtract 26 repeatedly. We get 10. 10 is J. A times 9 is 9. That's an I. T is 20 times 5. Minus the 26 repeatedly gives us 22. 22 is a V. O is 15 times the 5. Subtract 23. It's a W. N is 14 times 15. Subtract the 26 repeatedly. We get 2. And there's our answer. So my answer to this one is going to come out to be Romeo, India, Juliet, India, Victor, India, Whiskey, Bravo, and there we go. And that is a complete set of affine cycles. Not a bad one. It's a lot of math, but it's very doable. It's very doable. So that's going to be it for this tutorial. This one was a little long, but wanted to make sure we had plenty of chances to practice go over it. I will admit this one is longer than Caesar by a margin, and these only get longer as we go deeper in. That's not true. There's some easier ones in there, but some of these are rather lengthy. But that's going to be the wrap up for today. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, or suggestions, you can leave them in the comment section down below as always. But otherwise, until next time, guys, it's been Elias. Thank you so much for watching. It is Friday when I record this, so we will not be doing videos over the weekend. So I will see you back here Monday, and we'll see if I decide to hit the next cycle or another cycle, or if maybe we don't go on a multi video tutorial of just cycles, just to break it up. We'll see. Till next time, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a great one, and bye.